It feels like a flex, though.
It
does. It not?
Absolutely.
Because I presume the richest motherfucker on the plane doesn't even give a shit about the champagne. The person who's drinking the champagne,
like me.
Yeah, are like 1 second away from splashing it in your face.
Yes, they're like, I don't even like the way this tastes. I'll literally clean my shoes with this when you're done passing me.
It gives me a headache.
Yes.
It's a terrible drink.
Take it every time, but I'm real sick afterwards.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
The government growing babies, microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum,
There
sucks. It is.
There
it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove that Ron Harper is the greatest, most powerful stutterer of all time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Some of y'all are going to say Joe Biden. You're going to come in here talking about Joe Biden's the greatest stutterer? No, Joe Biden's a coward who pushed away his stutter. He fought against it. Ron Harper kept his shit all the way into his 50s now, 60s maybe. And he's like,
play
no,
like he could stutter.
I stutter. I believe in my shit. Joe Biden's a coward as far as I'm concerned.
Ron Harper, though, it's like when a hot person is crazy, he doesn't look like he's a stutterer, you know? And I think he got away with just not talking that much.
Yeah, he's country as hell. He don't talk.
Yeah, so you're just like, oh, that guy's real cool. It's like I said, when a hot person is crazy and you're like, oh, they were so hot.
You're like, I wasn't paying attention to
I didn't
what they
notice
were talking about.
Cognitively.
What were they saying stuff? That wasn't.
Yeah, no.
That's not why I'm here.
Ron Harper, where does he go in all-time Bulls for you?
In all-time Bulls?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean,
just because I know this is close to you're from Chicago.
Damn, that's tough because I really liked Ron Harper. I think my favorite and some of this is like it's 2020 retrospective, whatever kind of thing, right? Like I can't pretend that I still respect Scottie Pippen. You know what I mean? Like that ship has sailed. But
we always got Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley, that man ain't never gonna lose nothing from me.
No, you can fight him today.
I would say Ron Harper is in the top 10 probably.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I think he's pretty high up there as far as I think anybody with like a signature weird thing is gonna be pretty high on my list, even if they weren't like the best of the 10 Bulls that have played. You know what I mean?
Right. That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know if our guest today is going to have any thoughts on where Ron Harper falls. Yeah, you didn't give me a lot back. You were like, yeah, that's fair anyway.
It's like Charles Oakley, BJ Armstrong was up there for me.
Whoa.
Who was the one they used to hate and then because he was from another country? I think that's funny.
Laurie Markkinen?
No. He was on the Dream Team. A white guy, remember? And he was supposed to be somebody.
Oh, Christian Laettner.
No. Foreign white guy.
Oh,
white guy from a different country. This is not good. This is not good banter.
No. Yeah, we're not nailing it today.
No, it's because you gave up on that jazz shit.
Yeah, if I would have just locked in on the Jazz, then maybe we would have all been on the right footing, and this would be a more sensible episode, frankly.
Yeah, that's okay. I believe our guest is going to turn it around for us.
I have a lot of faith, and if you're talking about Tony Kukoc, okay, he wasn't on the Dream Team. He was on the opposition to the Dream Team.
That's right, but they knew he was going to Chicago or some shit. Right?
Yeah, and then Scotty and Jordan basically made a pact to like haze the fuck out of him because they were mad at him for losing to them in the Olympics. They're sick men.
Jordan was mad, and Scotty did what he was told.
Scotty shut his fucking mouth and finished the job.
Now you sound like Larsa Pippen.
Yeah. Who we would love to have on the podcast. Larsa, if you're out there.
I'm scared of it.
I don't even think she's at all black, but yeah, come on down, Larsa Pippen. We'll make an exception for you and all you've done for
some kind of a salsa type. Some place where they have good sauces, I think she's from. Is she white?
So. I don't know. I'm scared to say no because I think there is some possibility that it's just some Kardashian shit where you're like painted enough that I've given you benefit of the doubt.
Right. It's like a Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah. And I don't want to give her that kind of credit. Oh, she's Lebanese and Syrian. It's pretty high up on the white scale.
I feel like Lebanese people get away with being darker though, right?
Yeah, they're the people who claim like olive skin toned and all that. But I think that region. Yeah, I didn't. It felt hateful. I'll be honest.
That felt very racist.
Was it when I spit afterwards? Is that the part that really punctuated it? I think that they, similar to a lot of Middle East countries, have like a little bit of a range in their like skin tones. Right. That they can be both very white and like darker skinned for sure. That's fair. Our guest today has been insanely patient.
So good.
Through all of our nonsense, both our ineffectiveness with technology, our ineffectiveness with basic conversation. She sat through all of it.
And our ineffectiveness with jazz, the one true American art form.
And boy, oh boy, does she deserve better than what's happening. And no, we can't promise that we'll get better as a group. But she is a very hilarious comedian. We're both so happy to have her. You've seen her on Comedy Central. You've seen, more importantly, her special, Figuring It Out. It's on Amazon Prime. And sometimes it's even in the skies. It's up on those sweet United flights. So if you want to see
like he said olive tone.
If you want to see it, you gotta fly real shitty to do it. God. But that special's not. She's phenomenal. Give it up for our guest, Katrina Davis.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so happy you're here.
Can I just say one thing, by the way? Just the last thing. If you fly United first class, they give you champagne off the rip. Delta, you got to ask for it. So that's all I'm saying. And I'm a Delta guy.
See,
Unprompted bubbly with my special.
Yeah. Hey, you want some of this?
I am rarely in the mood for just on-the-spot champagne when I get on a plane. And
yeah. And what level medallion member are you on Delta?
I'm platinum, but I'm aspiring.
Sounds about right. That's why you ain't going to get the diamond. That's why you ain't going to get there.
I'm diamond rising.
No. It ain't work like that, champ.
I will say, when you walk by someone and they are already so settled that they're drinking out of a flute, you're like, okay.
It's amazing.
Really, I have somewhere I can aspire to be.
Katrina, you came to us with a conspiracy theory that truly couldn't have less to do with anything we've talked about up to this point.
Good.
I would go out of my way to try to figure out a way that these things have been connected. You said, my mama told me.
Dogs form packs at night and attack people.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Yeah, I love this.
So we'll get into probably other versions of this, but I grew up in Florida.
Oh, no.
And
yeah, we know there's packs of dogs.
And my parents, well, no, that's the thing is my parents both grew up in Baltimore. I was raised by very city-dwelling people.
That's also the two places, if I was going to say, where are roving packs of dogs? You gave me two places.
Yeah.
Well, in Florida, I think people rescue them because I was told to stay away from stray dogs very aggressively when I was younger and I would be like, Mom, that dog's friendly. And she would say, no, they pack up at night and attack people.
Yeah, just like our olive skin friends.
Whoa. I didn't say that one. You got to live with yourself.
I don't have anything for that, David.
I was just kidding.
Good luck sleeping, brother. I think if I'm understanding correctly, though, you're saying that like you would see a stray dog on the street by itself,
right?
Interact with this dog, and your mom would be like, "Oh no, it has your scent," and a pack will form and
like
and
stay
hunt you
away
down?
from all dogs, because if you were like to be somewhere at like dusk and see one dog, a bunch of other dogs could come out, and now you're just running from a bunch of dogs, which late at night in Baltimore, that's the thing is I don't know how true it is, but basically that like stray dogs in the city who aren't getting, fed by anyone or anything will instinctively pack up if they find other dogs and kind of just like walk around looking for food together.
I believe.
So if you're out at like 2 a.m. by yourself, you could maybe potentially get attacked by like a pack of street dogs.
But if I'm hearing you correctly, this is almost like an instantaneous sort of like fusing as a pack. Like this is the Power Rangers turning into the Megazord type, like packing up.
I always imagined it like city nature, like these, like Oliver and Company, but meaner. Like they're just a bunch of different kinds of dogs that had to, come together. But I think in my mom's head, they're like West Side Storying. Like you hear one, and then all of a sudden they come out from both alleys, and now you're just being chased by like a massive pack of dogs.
By a bunch of Puerto Ricans. That's what that movie was about. That's what that movie was about.
Okay.
It is what the movie's about. I believe they're fighting vague whites. What are they, Irish in that movie? I don't know. They're just general poors.
Yeah, it's poors versus poors.
Yeah, the Puerto Ricans, they're very specific. The whites, they're a little more like, we're a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
There we go. That's why we can't tell, because it's people that aren't Puerto Rican playing Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
The lines are really blurred, apparently.
Yeah. But so these dogs will attack at night. How much... When your mom tells you this, are you bought into this conspiracy? How much do you go, fuck yeah, you're right, Mom. I'll kill a dog if I come across it.
Well, I was constantly reminded of this because I like dogs. So I grew up in Florida where you treat animals differently culturally. Like, we aren't afraid. No. Like, I grew up around, like, we have animal people come to school and teach you about exotic animals. Like, I held the head of a boa constrictor in like 3rd grade. Like, I had a totally different relationship with animals than my parents did in general. So they're more afraid of animals than I am. And they both know that I like animals, so they were constantly reminding me when I was little to stay away from dogs that I didn't know.
Wow.
Like, they're just like, hey, by the way, if you see a dog today, don't mess with it. And I would be like, I mean, I'm not making any promises, but
because they knew what you were up to.
Because they knew I liked animals, right?
Yeah.
Because I went to Y camp after school, and I like found a dog that needed water, like being a loner kid out at like the back of the playground where nobody else was. I found a 3-legged chow.
Whoa.
And I walked her up to the school.
No, you can't touch that. It doesn't have a leg.
And gave her water out of a water fountain and got yelled at by my dad and like the leader of the YMCA for, I don't know, like an hour. Like,
as a kid who similarly liked saving animals, like I was one of those. I loved finding a dog on the street and being like, I'll help you, buddy.
Yes.
I'll get you to safety, little guy. And as one of those motherfuckers, I gotta say, a 3-legged dog, you found the diamond in the rough. That in my head, I would have been like,
rough.
It was hot. It was so
you know
hot
how
out.
I'm spelling it.
RUFF.
Are you real?
I felt like she really needed me. It was so hot outside, and
that's huge.
I was aggressively reprimanded for it. But because I think I remember my dad. Do you ever have a parent yell at you like you can tell they're also afraid?
Oh,
like
yeah,
he wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't using his full like I'm mad because you did something that I'm like disappointed in. He was like, you can't do that. They'll bite you. Like he was so afraid for me.
He was telling you how the world is. No, and I hate to be dark-skinned king animal hater, but
well, here we go.
That's insane. Don't you fucking touch. I'm with your dad. Don't you touch a random disease-ass dog? What are you doing? We're outside. Like, that's where it's dirty.
You can tell when they're like mean before you get that close. Oh my God.
Put your hand out.
I love that Langston was already doing it. Back of the hand, low.
You give them the back of your hand. If they back up, you're move
like,
on with your life.
I was just trying to say hi. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not wrestling these motherfuckers to the ground to like save them.
What if it bites the back of your hand? Then what?
No, you don't get that close, man.
They'll like growl.
They tell you.
Yeah, they'll let you know.
There are dogs where you walk kind of towards them and they just run full speed. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to chase it. I just was going to be a good guy.
They're more afraid of you than...
You guys are insane.
If a dog is already full-on chasing you, like that dog has been trained. Like when dogs get out and chase kids and stuff.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
I can tell neither of you have gotten chased by a dog.
Oh, no.
I've been chased by dogs.
And you're still putting your hands up.
Yeah.
Fool me once,
I'm not a coward.
On you.
This is how much they don't care about kids versus animals in Florida. We had a family that had 2 trained Dobermans, like, back up to a playground. Like, we had a main playground. Also, my school was poor. It's fine. We had a main playground, and then if you wanted more playground, you could cross, like, the school drive, and there was, like, a little bit more grass. Yeah. But you also had to deal with 2 giant Dobermans behind a chain link fence.
Fuck.
So everyone kind of knew they were there, whatever, and they would jump, but they couldn't get over. One day they did bit a kid in the face. They just made us stop playing over there. Like they didn't make them raise their fence or anything.
They didn't make them shoot that dog.
They just made us have less playground. So
that's crazy that they didn't kill that dog.
No, it was a big deal, but like we didn't win by any means.
It bit a kid on the face.
It bit a kid in the face because it was just like eye level with a giant Doberman.
I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a video that's been going viral, I think on TikTok lately, about a family whose dog bit the shit out of like their toddler. Like the baby can't be more than like 3 or 4 and like mauled the child in the face, nearly killed her. And they are still keeping the dog as like their pet. They like were like, nah, we forgive Biscuit. And like the video, it's like showing this terribly scarred child from the bite that just like directly on the fucking face and eye, and then cuts to them still petting the dog while a much smaller baby is sitting in the father's lap petting the dog.
And you're just gonna force your kid to sleep in the same house.
He's gotta go back. She gotta go back every day. If I was that little girl, I would kill that dog.
That's what I was gonna say. What if she kills the dog?
I would kill that dog dead.
And that's what's crazy is now your child is going to have a body because, you know what I mean? Your child has known. Nah, your child has seen light leave a creature's eyes and she's just got to go be a person.
I want everybody to know it doesn't count if you kill a dog. That's
no way. That counts so much. That's like that might count more. One. No,
that doesn't count more than killing a person.
It does for me. I'll kill one of y'all in a second.
I'll say.
I also want to say I've never killed a dog. I want.
There's got to be some kind of graph of like age and killing a dog. Like I can understand like Michael Vick killing a dog, maybe not reading the same as like if he was 8 and did the same thing, we'd be like, no, that's not okay. He's definitely about to go wild.
Yeah, no. If Michael Vick was doing that shit when he was younger, I presume no hope for him.
Well, those are the kids you got to watch out for.
See, now it's a warning sign.
That's what I'm saying. So if this girl gets a body on account of this dog, she's still got to go be a person. She's not going to behave. Do you know what I mean? At the very least, that's going to be a mischievous ass person.
She's triumphed over evil. Like, what are you going to tell me to do?
This
I've killed my competitors.
Yeah.
Someone bit my face and I killed them. You want me to go to what? Bed?
This is like reverse John Wick.
Yeah.
Like she was attacked by a dog and now she has to live with the dog and get vengeance.
Shut up, Dad. How about I do you like I did that dog?
Now she's showing up places in a dark suit and a moody attitude. And it's like, bitch, what happened?
She's smoking cigarettes ever since she killed that dog.
She's hanging out with Larry Fishburne, playing and shit.
Oh man, I don't want to kill a dog.
Don't kill a dog. You gotta
don't
trying to kill a dog.
I'm not trying to kill anything.
Katrina, let me ask you this last question before we go to break.
Okay.
So you remain a dog lover, or are you a proud dog owner now? Do you have dogs?
I have a cat. I still like dogs a lot, but I'm very practical about them as an owner. I in Florida also rescued a lot of dogs as an adult. Like I would foster them and I've been on the way to work, opened my car door, like seen a dog, open my car door and been like, "Where's your mom?" and had it jump in my car and been like, "Great, now I got to take care of this dog."
Yeah. I haven't done it in adulthood. I'll be honest with you.
You have people who care about you. That's crazy behavior. You know, let this dog in the car? What?
I've a few times attempted to help in adulthood, but I've never had them in my car. That's a step that I.
If I wouldn't do it for a person, I wouldn't do it for a goddamn dog.
Oh, see, I've done it for a person too, and it was scarier.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably way scarier. That is
Don't do that.
In Florida
I don't anymore. Florida.
Man, you got to get that Florida about you. You know what I mean? You gotta.
It's an artist community.
What city are you from?
Jacksonville.
And I wouldn't
whoa!
No,
I don't know if you get to call Jacksonville an artist community.
I wouldn't call Flo Rida an artist. I think
that's Duval County.
No, Flo Rida is Miami. I grew up in Orange Park, but when I came back after college, I lived in Jacksonville in Riverside, which is like where all the stand up and music and art walk and
that's
is.
where Cat Williams' most infamous 20 minutes of stand-up comes from, is making fun of your hometown.
I mean, making fun of it by just naming streets until people respond.
And being like, that's a shitty street.
And people just being like, we agree.
Yeah, it is a shitty street.
Yeah.
He's like, you know where all the nasty bitches are?
And they're like,
Douglas Street. And they're like, yeah, we hate Douglas Street.
That's a slow-ass Wendy's.
Yes. Oh, my God. That hit. Though, here's the thing. Slow-ass Wendy's does make me laugh.
Yeah. No, there's a shout-out to Colfax Avenue.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Katrina Davis and more My Mama Told Me.
Welcome back to My Mama Told Me. I do want to take this time out to say I am sorry to the Wendy's on Colfax. I know that you guys are it gets swamped in there, and with gentrification, it's more crowded than it's ever been. That 7-Eleven is super active across. I understand. You guys got stuff going on. I'm still going to pop in after my haircut tomorrow, get 6 spices on my walk home. Don't worry about it.
Yes, that sounds delicious.
I think something tells me over break you were sitting there worried that you were going to show up and your picture was going to be in the window.
Yeah.
They're like, no, not allowed.
It's my home Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like how you have your home club. It's my home Wendy's.
No, and I imagine similar to like your home club, you see the flaws, but you also know why it's important.
Yeah. Well, they've seen me since I was an open micer. You know what I mean? So they show love.
Oh my goodness!
I got a signed headshot behind the counter.
It's like your dry cleaner. They're like, sign this, we'll put it up.
It says, bring back the baked potato.
Oh my gosh. That's what I was going to say. My home Wendy's in LA that I used to go to after I ran a mic late night was where I went the first time I realized that they discontinued the spicy nuggets.
Oh no!
When they got rid of them, and I yelled in a grown woman's face because I was like, "Yeah, let me get a spicy nugget." And she was like, "We don't have them anymore." And I went, "What?" Like full volume, and she just went, "I know." Like that was all she was getting all day. It was like she was like a therapist.
I don't know why
they
did that.
It's regional.
Crazy.
It's regional. It's regional.
Really?
We still got them at Colfax.
Oh, like well, we got them back, but they never left.
I don't. I think I was in LA for some of this time.
I was about to say, I think I remember them going away for a few years.
Because it was an issue.
And I think, I just don't get it because like they had that market cornered for a minute.
How are they never not doing well enough?
Yeah.
I think they messed up with something with the spice distributor. I think they couldn't get their hands on it.
That's
And then they got it back together.
What I think, because this happened with me for a medical device, I think that the spice distributor, probably the spice maker, ran foul of the FDA, shut it down, then they can't get it.
Oh, anymore. Dirty Spice.
Yeah, Dirty Spice.
They had to get rid of a bunch of nuggets, and somebody was like, "They're okay," and they were like knocking them out of her hands.
No, they dropped them off. They dropped them off the pier in Long Beach. It was their version of the Boston Tea Party.
What if we find out that this whole time that Ice Spice is just connected to the big spice racket that Blossom Wednesdays, and that is where her success comes from. It's just like she's just a Nepo baby for Spice.
Literally her name is Spice.
Oh, like an heir to a spice fortune.
Yeah, and specifically the spice that they use for Wendy's, hence the red hair.
Yes.
Hence the
she's the real
skin.
Wendy.
She's thick. You know Wendy was thick under there.
Yeah.
I have to believe that was
the real Wendy
lady.
is thick.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know we've seen her?
Yeah, she after Dave Thomas died, she started popping up.
Speaking of stutters, she also had a speech impediment. That's why it's Wendy, because she couldn't say her name right. Yeah,
is her name Whitney?
Her name's like it's a shortened version of her name, and she couldn't say a version of it, and it's Wendy. Hold on.
Whoa, she's like Wendelina, and he was like,
her name's
Melinda.
That's what it is, and she couldn't say Mawinda, and so they named her. They would call her Wendy.
Wow,
that's what it is.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yo, well, you heard it here first, folks. This was big.
Thick ass Melinda is
her hair is gorgeous. I have an affinity for redheaded people. She has nice hair.
I think they know magic.
All right, Katrina, I did some research on your conspiracy theory that I would love to unpack with you.
So excited.
We'll jump in. Apparently, and I'll start this way. Apparently, there is some truth to this conspiracy that this is not completely unfounded. Stray dogs will form small packs if their population is dense enough and their circumstances warranted. So without enough food or resources, but with a heavy enough dog population, they will sometimes pack up to be able to like access shit. For example, in Moscow, apparently, there's actually a number of stray dogs that have formed packs and even have learned to ride their train systems. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos.
That was the third city I would have guessed, by the
Moscow.
way. It would have been like all of Florida, Baltimore, Moscow.
Moscow. They're truly riding the trains in Moscow and like know which stops to get off of, like these stray packs of dogs. And
I hate like the Beat It video. I hate that.
It was somewhere else in Europe that they learned they can keep track of at least a week time, because they would come back to certain cemeteries every Sunday because it's customary for them to leave meals for their dead on Sunday. And they tracked them, and packs of like animals and dogs would go back, and they would be like, oh, it's Sunday. And they would go back to the cemetery because they knew there was going to be a bunch of food out, but they would only see them going back on Sunday. So they were somehow keeping track of that rotation in their brains.
Yeah, you're just going to let it in your car after that.
They're smart.
Yeah, the dogs being like, man, I'd say we've been about 2 miles from where you dropped me off. I'm gonna come to you.
Actually, could you just drop me off here? I know a house nearby.
Yeah. And then he goes to a payphone and is like, we fucking got her.
Wait, Langston, do you have a dog?
No, because my wife, similar to you, hates dogs.
I didn't say I hate dogs.
She just like you has no affection for anything that is living and breathing that isn't human and providing immediate comfort to her. So
okay, now I feel like you're judging your wife and I. First of all, you're not better than me because you like animals. I don't dislike animals. I think they don't give a fuck about us either.
That's fair, but I think some of them do after a while.
And when we make them, after we disband their families,
how about this, David?
And force them to live in our homes.
I was about to say, can you appreciate them for even caring about each other? Because there are some that I don't care if they don't care about us, but I still respect that they have like their own set of stuff.
I respect that they pack up and attack people at night.
Or that like
Langston said, the olive people. I respect that. I think they're doing for self, and I think that's great.
So you can't even be like, oh, elephants mourn their dead.
I like that. I like elephants.
It gets so defensive.
I just don't think we got to be all up in their business, is
That's
what
fair.
I feel about animals.
Okay.
I mean, like, we don't need to be all in their shit like that.
If I had a choice right now, I think I don't necessarily agree with like dog ownership to some extent, right? Like as a person growing up, I was like, oh, I love dogs. We had dogs. I loved having a fucking pet. Now I have mixed feelings on it. I don't necessarily know that we need to be like saying ownership over like these giant fucking dogs that can clearly fend for themselves if we let them be themselves.
The only ones that can't, we've like, bred to be dependent.
We made them fuck their cousins till they were little enough to live in a purse.
Mm-hmm.
But that said,
that's terrible.
They do exist.
I respect cats.
Sure, but breeding aside, they exist. We can't just then be like, well, you shouldn't exist. So good luck, motherfucker.
It's nature, baby. Let the hawks eat them.
A pug exists, so I'm gonna fucking hang out with a pug.
But wait, that would be wild if we did kind of, because I agree with all of this because cats still have like 96% of their tiger DNA, and dogs have been, diminished.
You hear what that is? They got tiger blood. They're on that Charlie Sheen.
Like my cat's definitely here because he wants to be here. Like every day I open the door, I'm like, yo, you want out? And he's like, nah, I hate it.
No,
like,
because he's got a better situation inside.
Yeah, he knows what's outside.
And he can be ambivalent towards you. So my homie Tyree, shout out to Tyree. He worked for animal control, and he was telling me this, right? If you die, dogs will damn near starve before they eat any of you. The cats will eat you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, but I mean, I respect that. And I love my cat.
No, you got him in your house. He's going to eat you.
Well, I'm an organ donor anyway. If I'm dead.
That's not the same thing. You're talking about giving a little boy on dialysis a kidney versus letting this greedy ass cat who never paid any rent.
His mouth's too small. He'll just have my eyes. People can have the important parts.
My man said this is gruesome.
I'm ready.
Just so you know. My man said somebody hung himself and they came in there a little bit later and the cats just started at the bottom and were eating up his legs.
Oh, wow. Whatever. A bunch of like 2 meth heads left their kid alone and a pit bull nibbled off their kid's baby toes. And he wasn't even being mean like that other pit bull or that other dog. He was just like, nah, 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 nah. He was just like nibbling and accidentally bit off all of its toes.
Yeah, but that's what was that dogs kid like wearing? That.
He shouldn't have barbecue sauce shoes on.
Yeah. That kid was covered in butter.
Delicious ass baby toes.
The Parmesan, baby. Dogs like that, I think we're not supposed to own them. These giant pit bulls and fucking German shepherds and shit. That's meant to be nature. But I do think part of the reason we don't let them free is because there's so many of them now that we're not even sure we could handle it if they did.
If they took over?
Yeah.
Well, to your point about letting them out, even the ones that can't survive on their own, like if you let out all the pugs, eventually most of them would die from just like not being able to catch their breath up a hill. But then would we have like whatever survived some like banging ass pug that's like stocky as hell, but like developed a little bit more of a snout again, and we just have all these crazy ass like phase 2 wolves. Yeah.
It's pugs doing fucking quick feet through tires and shit. Yeah.
That's the worry. That's what I'm worried about. That's why I don't trust these things, is because they need to just gain a little bit of foothold physically. And you don't think they're going to try to take it back? We ruin them.
Like Chihuahuas would turn into like the little lizards in Jurassic Park, where like you just need the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet one of them would learn to grow them flaps and spit. And
now it's a wrap.
You got a little acid Shih Tzu, running around and shit.
Still with the bow?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a wrap. Let these dogs get a foothold, see what happens.
Additionally, I will say that that the supposed attacks that your mother and father were so afraid of are far less common than your conspiracy would suggest. According to statistics, dog bite-related fatalities, although unusual, accounted for 304 deaths in the United States between 1979 and 1996. So in a 20-year span, 304 people died.
That's fatalities. How many lips got ripped off?
Sure, a lot. I imagine a lot of people got
maimed
fucked
people.
up.
Yeah,
that happened to a kid on my block. His dog ripped his lip off, and they had to fight for life him.
What?
Whoa. Did he get them lips back?
No, he had like a scar.
They put him on ice.
They put that dog down though, for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't. He bit a kid's face off. He bit a kid who was his friend.
You get to bite one kid, and then if you bite another kid, they kill.
Here's your problem: is you hate children.
No, I don't hate them. But
if I bite a child's lips off,
you're in trouble.
And they go, "We have to kill you." I go, "That makes sense."
Yeah.
I was bugging in a way that I can't keep going in this motherfucker. No, I'm not making an exception.
I mean, you can make that dog not have to be anywhere near a school.
That dog is a menace. He's got it in him. It's not like that kid was trying to rob him and the dog blacked out and felt like pressured for his life. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Now, if those were unwanted kisses, I think in 2023 we have to respect that the dog
which
didn't
happens
feel safe.
A lot with kids being unattended with dogs and just not knowing of their own tiny child volition that they're very close to getting bit.
The dog knows it's a child, doesn't it?
No,
I never seen a dog. I seen puppies run all over dogs' faces, put their little stinky gooches in their mouths. Nothing ever happened. I never seen a dog bite a puppy, but it bit a kid. Come on, man! It knows the difference between a child and an adult.
Was it a puppy or a dog, like an adult dog that had already been trained and possibly had?
I've never seen a puppy. Granted, I don't watch dog fights. That's true. I've never seen a dog fuck up a dog like I've seen a dog fuck up a human.
Ooh, because I'll say this. I got bit by a dog, my friend's dog, that I knew super well. Could not for years, went up to him, was like, "Hey, what's up?" Went to go pet him, and he turned around and bit my hand. And for years, we could not figure out why. And then one day she just called me and was like, "Hey, we just figured out Barfy's deaf." And I was like, that's why he bit me. Because I thought he heard me. I scared him. Exactly. Yeah. So not like it's, you know what I mean? It's like there can be.
You don't got to live like this.
You know what the craziest part of that story is?
What?
The dog's name is Barfy.
I know. I love Barfy forever. My friend named him when she was in second grade.
He bit you.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, because he couldn't hear.
You got besmirched by a dog named Barfy.
Yeah, Barfy let me know what was up. Barfy gave me the business.
No. This isn't okay.
So bad.
This isn't you're giving these dogs too many chances. You're saying so far today, you've said, no, a dog could bite a kid a couple times. It could bite me.
Not the same kid. I don't agree with Langston's story.
Goddamn right, not the same kid. That's even crazier.
That is crazy that a dog would hurt a child and you would keep it in the same house because clearly that dog
actually think, and I will say that if your dog only bites one kid over and over again, I blame that kid. I'm going to start being like, Something ain't right in that kid.
Yeah. That kid doesn't know what no means to a dog.
Yeah, it's something you doing something weird to this dog, and fuck you, kid. 'Cause that dog ain't doing that to nobody else. Yeah, you did something.
I like you guys, but you're crazy.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, David, because I also don't know if I'll ever own a dog. I feel like I like the idea of them living their lives outside.
What I will say is that while 304 deaths in the United States between those 20 within that 20-year span, that is, it is, they said, far less smaller number for actual pack attacks. That those are individual dogs who do some wild shit like bite some lips off, but packs are very rarely attacking. However, they do say, and David, you'll love this, you sick dog hating fuck. They say that it is actually pretty dangerous having stray dogs sort of pack up, because unlike wolves, they have no fear of humans and thus are harder to ward off. They're like, as a group, less likely to be afraid of a fucking group of, or a person or a group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 307 deaths. How many times did they run people's pockets? Why don't you check those stats?
They're less clear about that. They don't say the numbers.
Less Viennese.
Yeah. How many Puerto Rican gang wars did they survive in that time? That one got me too. I know it. Sometimes I go nuts.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like a dog though. It's the dog.
That is what it is. That's exactly what it is.
The last little piece of information that I'll share with you that I did look up how often we're seeing these potential stray dog attacks. And apparently there are countless, and legitimately, I mean countless, recorded attacks by packs of dogs on humans, including old women and small children, many of whom were either killed or severely injured.
That's your friend, right? That's your friend, right? Let him in the car, right?
Just one. He was by himself.
That's
probably
you wouldn't open up for a pack either, right?
No, I would have been like, they got each other. I would have drove around them. They're fine.
There's a ton of pack attacks, and then additionally, there is some evidence that stray dogs attack more frequently at night as they spend big portions of the day sort of resting and lazing, and then at night tend to be more active hunting.
Exactly what my mom said.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing here is this wasn't even like a folklore. This was just good sense that your parents had about the evil, down and dirty nature of dogs.
I don't agree. I think that
you just said countless attacks by packs at night. That's game over.
Yeah, a lot of what I was reading was coming from places like Baltimore and Florida and Cleveland and shit.
The pack capital of the world, that in Moscow.
And they don't even pack up it. I feel like it's more of a city thing than a rural thing. Or maybe we would have packs that they hang out in like
where
the forest.
Where do you guys
somewhere.
live? Because I live in the motherfucking city.
I'm saying which cities,
I never see dogs.
You know?
Right, I never see dogs in LA. Because there's women out here trying to rescue coyotes off the highway. There'll never be enough stray dogs in LA that aren't saved.
Coyotes are a varmint and need to be put down. And that's maybe because I'm from the high plains of Colorado, but that's a coyote, man.
It feels like you've had direct interactions with coyotes.
They used to try to fight my dog.
Which you didn't love, which you clearly didn't love.
Liked him. I just felt like I shouldn't have been in his business like that.
I liked him.
I did like him. I like him.
It's not even like this is far, but you do talk about a dog like it's a roommate, which I get. You're like, I like him.
Because I respected him.
I'm in his business.
I respected him. I didn't infantilize him and make him this cute thing that couldn't bite a child. Y'all.
What was your dog's name?
Don't worry about it. I don't like to talk about him.
Tell us the dog's name.
Why?
Oh, no. His name was Frodo from those movies.
Frodo. Yeah, you really respected that guy. You really treated him like an equal member of society, naming him after a fucking hobbit.
He can't be an equal member of society. He didn't put in on this. He's a dog.
That's all I'm saying.
He wasn't gonna vote, Langston. He didn't offer anything up to the family. He wasn't given prized apple pie recipes. He was a fucking dog. He shit inside sometimes.
And I'm saying that if you respected him more, maybe he could someday. Maybe we could get him to vote someday if you would just listen to some of the stuff he had going on.
If you just would have been open to what Frodo had to bring to the table.
But you're sitting there being, you're a bigot. This is what it all comes down to.
Whoa. Because I don't want to let an animal bite a child's face?
No, because you think they're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, you are those boys.
I didn't say that.
Boys
I was
yelling.
just making Puerto Rican jokes aside because we had talked about West Side Story. I do not think dogs are Puerto Rican. I think they come from all kinds of lands and islands.
You're the mob yelling at those black children as they integrated schools, baby.
I think I might be getting gaslit. I think you guys are gaslighting me. I think this is a bad Tinder date right now.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, David.
I know it.
I think this is unresolvable between the hosts of this show, but I do think at the core of it, it sounds like your mom and dad did have at least some legitimacy in worrying about the possibility of animals packing up, but probably were over exaggerating the frequency. And
I hate that you just said. I hate that you could out of your mouth say countless attacks and then say her parents were over-exaggerating when you know she's from the capital of pack country. This is dog slander. Bro, this is like, you're like special interests. Like, this is like, crazy.
Is this propaganda?
Katrina, get out there. Get out there and start kissing some loose dogs in the mouth. Let's Let's not let fear dictate the closeness you feel for your animal.
I think we can all have respectable lines that don't involve having a dog lick your actual face, but you know. I do think that you can respect them as animals. Like I think again, it's different in LA, but in Florida you really do like rescue animals, and it's too hot outside and they're sick and they have mange and stuff, and you can like have relationships with humane societies and stuff. I've had like traps where I like trap and release and fix cats and stuff so they lower the population. Like there's like a whole like culture of like animal knowledge and conservation and kind of like them being a part of where you live. And like maybe that's where I come from on
that's very responsible. And I'm not gonna make any cat trapping jokes.
But my parents don't have any of that, so they were like, F all these dogs, which I get also.
Well, just don't tell them what you're doing and get back out there and save those animals. Katrina, could you tell the people where they could find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Sure. You can follow me at Katrina Savad. It's SIVAD. It's just Davis backwards on all the stuff that you find people on. And if you live in LA, I do jokes and shows around here all the time. So yeah.
Katrina's very funny. Go see her.
I'll post about it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Corey, you want to talk to the people?
You can email me at fuckdemdawgs.com. Spelled DAWGZ. No, man. Instagram, Cool Guy Jokes 87. I put all my shows up there. Working on some good stuff for you. Writing new jokes. Watch Royal Crackers on HBO.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
See? Thank you.
It's so fun.
No dogs are in it, and be kind to your olive skinned neighbors.
Yay!
Wow. As always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on Instagram, and if you want to see me live, you can check me out at the Comedy Attic, April 28th and 29th. May 5th, I'll be at the Atlanta Comedy Theater, and then May 12th and 13th, I'm going to be in Las Vegas at Wise Guys. So if you want to come see me tell my little jokes, come do that shit. And as always, follow the YouTube, fucking subscribe, do that whole thing. And then always... But
not too fast.
Not too fast. Take your time.
Yeah, we're at 1.35K. That's okay for now.
We don't need you to rush to 2,000 and make our lives difficult, but
I'm glad you like to watch it. It's crazy that they just watch this stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. And we appreciate it and tell more people to come be weirdos and watch us.
I gotta get some more hats or something.
Yeah, you think that's what's missing?
I think we gotta if they're gonna be watching, we're gonna be watching. We gotta go crazy sometimes.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get a monocle. I'm gonna do some odd
top half accoutrement.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm gonna get a nose ring. Nope, I said it. I immediately pulled it back.
Come on, dog.
You
I
look
did this
pretty.
at 35. That's not a good sign.
It's not a bad one.
But please follow us or subscribe. And as always, if you want to send us your drops, your conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us why David should go to hell for not liking the dogs, then please send that to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. That's about it. Bye, bitch.